Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're just going to start off the video with me cleaning up my desk, my nail area, and then we're going to get into the PR unboxing. I have so many swatches, and after a while I'm like, what do you do with them? I'm trying to figure out, should I keep them? After a while I just feel like I can get rid of them because I already did the video, and if I wanted to, I just feel like I don't need the swatch anymore. It's just like for video purposes, maybe. I think it's cool because sometimes on a swatch, it looks a little different than what you kind of just, if you take out the, if you take out the brush or the brush and you look at the nail polish, sometimes it just looks a little different when you're looking at it that way than what it is on your nail or what it is on a swatch. Sometimes it can look a little different. So I do think that, sometimes swatches are cool because you can kind of look for the color that you want without opening every single bottle. That's cool. When the swatch comes on the bottle, sometimes it matches up perfectly, but sometimes I feel like it's a little off. So I still feel like, doing your own swatch can be super helpful to you when you're looking maybe for colors to use. So this is a couple of Azure Beauty dip kits combined. I am going to do a couple of swatches. I think there are maybe only a few in the boxes that we are going to be unboxing. So these are all of the dip powders that I have from Azure Beauty. And we have two more kits to review. Two more. So thank you so much to Azure Beauty for sending over these dip kits. So I do have to say that I want to get a lot better at doing dip nails, and so I'm going to be working on that. But I love the cuticle pushers that they provide because they're really nice and sturdy and really sharp. So I actually used it to kind of open this package here, but I do love a cuticle pusher, especially, you got to be careful with the metal ones though, because you can cut yourself, so you have to be very careful. So we are going to go through both of these kits here, but I do think that I am going to give one of these kits away in a giveaway. My second giveaway, I did say that when I hit 2,000 subscribers, I was going to have a second giveaway. So stay tuned for that because I definitely think that I'm going to be giving this kit away for my giveaway. So stay tuned for that. So this is the kit that I am going to keep. We are just going to swatch out the dip powders that come in the kit. The nail polishes are pretty cool. I really like them. They dry pretty quickly. They are very beautiful, nice consistency. And this kit does bring a top coat, so that's pretty cool. And after it's dried, it's really shiny and not sticky at all. I was wondering if it was going to be like a sticky top. Sometimes just regular nail polishes, sometimes they just stay sticky, but not this one. So this is a great kit to have if you are in a pinch and you are on the go. You need to do your nails really quickly. I would definitely recommend this kit. And I will be sure to leave the links below where you can get a kit just like this for yourself. And then the polishes do have numbers on them themselves as well. And once again, these are regular nail polishes. They are not gel polishes. So please don't go think that these are gel polishes and go put them under the light. Although I don't think it'll do anything to them. It might help them dry them a little bit quicker actually. But you don't want to put your hand in the UV light if you don't need to. So no, these are not gel polishes. They are regular polishes. So these kits are really easy to use. I love that they come with nail polishes now. I have not seen that yet. And I just think it adds kind of like a second option. So you can do the dip or you can maybe, use the nail polishes if you don't want to do the dip powders. And then also you can actually use, you have three options. Actually, you can use them in combination with each other. So you can use the nail polishes along with the dip powders, which I think would be pretty cool as well. These swatches are so oddly shaped that it's so hard to get a perfect swatch on it. So I think I end up cleaning it up a little bit. But we are going to swatch out these dip powders here. We're just going to open them up, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to use them. Alright, so we are going to open up these dip powders, swatch them out just so you can see what they look like. I feel like sometimes the dip powders in the pots themselves look one color, and then when you go to swatch it out, it looks like a different color. So that's why I think earlier I was saying that I think sometimes swatches are important. The only reason why I don't like using swatches is because you have to open up every single product and swatch out every single, color. And sometimes you don't want to open every single product because after you open these things, they don't last very long. That's why there is a kind of, sometimes when you look on a bottle or a pot, there is like, I don't know, let's say for example, 12M, and then it has the little pot with the lid open. That means that the product will probably last about that long, about 12 months. So I don't like opening up every single product because I don't know. And also I just feel like it's a waste sometimes when I mean, it's not that much that you're using when you are doing a little swatch, but I don't know. So, and most of these products come like in very small, grams and things like that, or ounces, and very, very small. So this is what I am going to do. I'm just putting base, which is step 1, and then I'm pouring the dip powder over the swatch or the nail. I really could dip the nail like I did the first time, but if you noticed, there was like a little wrinkle when I dipped it in the first time. I'm not sure why that happened. So I think the second option is best. The best bet or best for you to just pour it over the nail or your nail when you're doing it. And that's why having this little container to catch all of the extra powder is really important, because you can catch it and then it's so cool because you can just pour whatever you didn't use right back into the pot so you don't waste any. So now we are going to return back to the swatch. I want to try a second layer just because you can kind of still see through that first layer there. And I do have to say that it dried fairly quickly, so that is a good thing, especially if you are on the go and you are in a hurry. You want these polishes to dry quickly because you just don't have time. You don't have time for all that, so you want the polish to dry quickly. Also, that's why I think dip kits are good too, because the dip kit, you're not really waiting for, any time for these things to cure. You're maybe waiting seconds to a minute for each layer to cure. So if you've got that amount of time, then I think you should be able to do your nails in a pinch with these kits, as you should not run into any problems. I am going back in with another base coat. After the base coat, I think we're going to go in with another kind of layer of dip powder. And you can see here my brush is starting to kind of bulk up with product, so I'm going to take a lint-free wipe and just wipe my brush. I think that that is a good idea because you don't really want to put that brush back into the bottle unless you clean that brush up. You don't I don't really feel comfortable with doing that because then the product inside is getting contaminated. So here we go, back with another layer of the dip powder, just pouring it right over. There we go. And we're just going to shake, 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 shake the excess off of the nail. And then you're just going to wait a little bit and you're going to go in with your brush and you're just going to dust the excess off of the swatch or your nail as well. I'm going to put the excess back into the pot because we do not need it anymore. And there we go. We didn't waste any at all. So back to the swatch here. I'm actually going to combine the polishes. I really wanted to see what this second polish, this beautiful glitter brown polish, I wanted to see what it looked on top of the dark brown polish there. And I think it just changes up that dark brown polish so much. It gives it like a beautiful shine to it. really, now it just looks like a classy nail now, you know? Just beautiful, perfect for the holidays. I actually think both of these colors are beautiful for this time. On the toes, I think on the toes would be super cute as well. So with my brush, I'm going to dust and make sure that there is no extra powder left on the swatch. I'm gonna go in with the third step. The second step is the activator. The third step is the top coat. I actually should have buffed out the nail with the little black file that they provided, but I didn't do that step. I really just wanted to get through the video and show you guys what this kit was all about. I am once again going to wipe off my brush. So once again, please be sure to check out my description box below because I will leave the link to where you can find these kits if you'd like to get them for yourself, or the holidays are here if you wanted to get, a gift for somebody or for yourself. I definitely will leave the links below to where you can find these kits. So this top coat I was really surprised with. I'm really surprised that it is so shiny at the end. Sometimes the regular nail polish top coats are not really shiny at the end. I'm just wiping my brush off because for some reason, I don't know. I guess maybe the glitter polish wasn't really dry yet, so I wiped it off and I'm just going to let it dry a little bit more and then go back in with another top coat. So we are going back to the dip color here, or the dip swatch. Like I said, definitely buff out your nail before you add the top coat. I think it's really, really important. So definitely a quick, fun kit, only a few steps. Like I said, if you are in a pinch and you are on the go or you are out somewhere, this definitely is something that you can go for because you don't have to plug anything in. You don't need any heat source or light source or lamp or anything like that. So you don't even need an electric e-file because all you need is be a simple hand file and you would be good to go. I'm going to go in with the second color here. I think that this color is beautiful, but like I said, you definitely need to sometimes swatch out the colors because they look a little different in the pot or bottle than they do on your nail or swatched out on a swatch stick. So sometimes I think it's important to, or what they even look like when you're looking at them when you're opening them up. So, but sometimes I think it's good to swatch so that you can kind of go through and see what color you want to use for your nail. Or, sometimes if you are doing other people's nails, it's easier to kind of just have a swatch or a swatch book or swatches ready just so that, you can have those ready for someone to pick out the colors that they want on their nails. It's just easier that way. And like I said, sometimes the colors just look a little different. I'm just testing out the top coats to see if they are ready yet, and they were still a little bit wet. So do they dry instantly? I wouldn't say instant. You probably want to give them a few minutes. And I'm just going in with some more powder where there were some wet spots. Also, what I noticed too is depending on how many layers you add of dip powder is how opaque your color is going to be. So if you don't want your color to be, or your nails to be as dark, I would maybe hold off on how many layers you're adding. Does that make any sense? But of course you want to build structure too. So I think, maybe adding at least 2 layers would build enough strength because these powders really are just for color and it does add a little bit of strength. Now how they wear, I'm not sure because I haven't worn them on my own nails yet. I still have yet to do a complete dip powder set. So I can't tell you on how these wear. Once again, like I can't tell you, oh, I had some chipping, some lifting. I can't tell you that because I have not used them on my own personal nails yet. No, when I do, I will let you know. And I will be sure to record that for you. And then we could see how long that they last on my own nails. But I have not done dip powder on my own nails yet. So again, I'm not sure how long they last. But I think that they last at least 21 days is what they, what they say. So that's pretty good. That's definitely more than 2 weeks. So I think that's a good amount of wear. I'm just going in with my brush and dusting off the excess, but then I noticed that we still had a couple of wet spots, so I'm going back in and adding a little bit more powder to those areas that were still a little bit wet. And then we're just going to set that to the side and let it kind of soak up all of that powder. And then tap, tap, tap the excess off. The thing I want to say is that if you're doing really long nails, these size bottles might not last you very long. Like you might be able to do a nail or 2 or 3 maybe, and then you would have to figure out the maybe use different colors on different nails, because these definitely are not going to last you a long time if you're doing long nails. If you're doing shorties and you're doing maybe medium, they might last you a little bit, but even then I don't think that they will last you too long. Again, I love this little container because you can catch all of the powder, and then when you're done, you just put the excess powder back into the pot to reuse, for the next time. It's not contaminated or anything because you didn't put anything in it, so it's okay to put back. I love this container that I got in one of the kits one time because it just gives you a little bit more space. It's not as pliable. It's kind of like a harder plastic. But I like it because it comes with a lid on it so you don't spill it if you needed to maybe store some powder in there or something for some reason. But we are going to go in with step 2, which is the activator. And you saw how my brush got. So I am just going to use one of the brush savers that I got in one of the kits before, and I'm going to show you exactly how I clean my brush. So the fact that they give you extra brushes for each kit, I think that they do know that these brushes will get ruined eventually and they won't last you a long time. So they do add at least, I think, 2 extra brushes per kit, plus the brushes that are already inside of the different steps. But the brush saver, if you have that, definitely use it because it definitely works. That was my stomach rumbling, if you heard it. If you heard my stomach. Oh, my swatch got stuck to the surface there. So the activator is really strong. That's definitely a fact. So the activator is really just activating this powder, really just kind of adhering it to all of the other steps that we did. And then last step is just going to be the top coat, and I'm just feeling around for the first swatch that we did just to make sure that it dried nicely, and it dried really nicely with a beautiful shine, no stickiness to it. So I really like that. This swatch thing I have here is so old. I've had it for so many years, and the polish or the designs that I had on it, they were so old that they were kind of just flaking off. So I just took the rest of them off, and I said, I'll just reuse it again, because to really soak off the product on these nails, I don't know if that would kind of really make these really dull and to the point where they'll break. So I don't really want to do that. So I try not to put anything that's too permanent on these, little retractable swatches here, so that I can reuse them again. There goes my stomach again. Hopefully you didn't hear it. I need to go eat something. That's it for this video. That's it for this kit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave the link to where you can find this kit down below in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.